Hi, I'm Alexis, and this is my guide to the glory of the Vault Raider. Before you start this achievement, be sure that at least one person in the raid has the Instance Achievements Tracker to help track if this achievement has been met or failed. For Enrog, we have the achievement What Frozen Things Do. First, one of the raid members must pick up the frozen portal stone which is found on the left side of the trash area that leads to Enrog. When the boss fight starts, a frosted behemoth will come out of the portal that spawns on the person that picked up the frozen portal stone. The frosted behemoth is, as its name implies, frosted, and needs to be moved over the lava pools that spawn during the boss fight to thaw him up. Be sure to keep an eye out on the stacks you get and not wipe your raid. Thawing the ad will burn it, make it take more damage, so just kill it and continue the boss fight as normal. In the Little Friends achievement, there are 3 dormant earths to the north, west and east of Terras. These need to be hit by Awakened Earth, which is when players get that little circle around them that spawn pillars. So spread around the room before pulling the boss for a higher chance to have players that can spawn the pillars close to the dormant earth nodes. When all 3 dormant earths are hit with these pillars, ads will spawn. Kill these and continue the boss fight as normal. Keep in mind that all this has to be done before the first annihilation of the fight, since this will destroy any existing pillars. Next we have the Lunker Below, which is pretty straightforward. After defeating the magmas, fish up the Lunker from the surrounding lava, which is just a big frog with big damage, hopping around trying to stomp you. Kill the council while ignoring the frog and keeping him alive, and you've got yourself another achievement. For Senarth's I Was Saving Those for Later achievement, you need to free 5 mysterious captives from their cocoons and watch them die. On the first floor, you'll have the first cocoon on your right when you enter the room, and another one is to the left next to the stairs. On the second platform, one is on the left side in front of the stairs when you come up, and the other is on the right very close to the edge next to the boss. On the third floor, there's the last one just as you come up the stairs. To free the captives, you need to kill the caustic spider ads next to the cocoons, causing them to be hit by a caustic eruption, which is the small green swirly thing on the floor, which will free the captives. All of these captives will eventually meet their fate when Senarth pulls them in with its web. Once all 5 captives have been freed and have met their inevitable doom, just kill the boss as normal. For the achievement Nothing But Air, you have to collect 8 orbs floating around Dathea before defeating her. There's no need to interact or click these orbs when you get close, you just need to fly through them to get the debuff. This can be a bit tricky. Try not to fall off of the edges, and each player can only collect 1 orb throughout the whole fight. If a player that collected an orb dies during the fight, it'll still count, so no worries there. 3 of the orbs are close to the edges between the main platform and the side platforms, which can be collected by using the knockback from the ads. Ideally, classes that can get back onto the main platform do this, such as goblins with their goblin jump or druids with their wild charge. For the rest, just before the ads do their knockback, get into one of the cyclones on the platform to get that extra boost and reach the orbs, or you can use the large cyclone in the middle of the platform. Evokers and demon hunters would be great at catching these orbs since they can glide down, or you can use the Potion of Gusts to help boost you forward and give you some control when flying through the air. Once you get all 8 orbs, continue the boss fight as normal. For the Power is Mine achievement, you need to kill the Primal Avatar, which is spawned by moving Kurok in a specific order in the elemental quadrant, which is Earth, Fire, Air, then Frost. The primal avatar will spawn in the middle of the room when Kurog enters the final frost quadrant. While passing through the middle to move from earth to fire, then air to frost, Kurog will do massive AoE damage to the whole raid, so it's best to use defensives, lots of heals, and even a warlock gate to get over faster. Ideally, you first do the earth and fire, wait for the intermission phase, then continue with air and frost to avoid getting too much damage. Also, watch out where you're stepping when you're killing the primal avatar, because it casts 1 of 4 spells for each of the elemental types, doing around 300k damage, which is obviously a one-shot. Just nuke him down, then nuke the boss. For the Incubation Extermination achievement, achieved during the Broodkeeper Diurna boss fight, you need to hatch 1 egg of every primal element, that is fire, water, earth, and air. Instead of using the action button and kiting the lightning onto the hatching eggs, you need to let the nascent proto-drakes spawn from each different egg color, gather up all 4 of them, and kill them within 10 seconds of each other for the achievement to count. The easiest way to do this achievement is to have 3 tanks, one to keep the Broodkeeper busy, and the others to tank 2 proto-drakes each. The drakes have a really small health pool, so be sure to avoid damaging them until they're all together. After the proto-drakes are dead, just continue with the usual boss mechanics and nuke the boss. The Ol Raszle Daszle, the final achievement for the Glory of the Vault Raider, where you have to defeat the Concentrated Storm. A Concentrated Storm essence can be found on each of the platforms on the side of the main platform. At the start of the first intermission, as soon as the boss flies up, 2 players must dash to these platforms, ideally Draktheirs and Demon Hunters, to safely glide down and quickly pick up the essences before the knockback. The essences despawn after the knockback, so think fast when phase 1 is ending. The players running for the essences will get quite a lot of damage, so make sure to self-heal and get there as quickly as possible, because picking up the essences will stop the damage. It's important that those who pick up the essences do not die, because in part 3, after being knocked back onto the final platform, these 2 players have to stack together in the Raging Storm, the blue stuff on the outer circle of the platform, causing the Concentrated Stormat to spawn in the middle of the room. This ad just shoots out orbs like the ad in the second intermission. Just nuke him down, continue the mechanics as usual, and nuke the boss. And grats! You've got your Glory of the Vault Raider achievement and a fancy new mount! If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe, and give me a follow on Twitch to catch up on some live streams. Thank you, and happy achievement hunting!